Biology Part 59. Water flowing through the apparatus is warmed in proportion to heat loss from the body so that the rate of heat production, called the person's metabolic rate, can be calculated. This rate varies widely depending on activity. It is lowest during the sleeping and resting but increases sharply during the exercise. The minimum rate of energy release needed to maintain essential body processes is called the basal metabolic rate, BMR, and is usually expressed in kilojoules of heat released per square meter of the body. Surface per hour, kilometer joule, meter square per hour. The basal metabolic rate is measured under standard conditions with the person completely at rest 12 to 18 hours after a meal. For an adult male, BMR is typically about 165 kilojoules, while for a female lower values of about 150 kilojoules are normal. Young children have much higher BMR, but in adults the high BMR is usually associated with fever or disease. BMR is strongly affected by the thyroid hormone, so that increase in heat production is one of the first symptoms of hyperthyroidism. Well, in an excess of secretion of this hormone, conversely BMR drops below normal when insufficient thyroid hormones is produced. That is called hypothyroidism. BMR also depends on external temperature and can be increased in a cold condition and reduced in hot conditions. This is one of the body's mechanisms for maintaining constant body temperature and discussed further in the tutorial. Circulatory system in animals. A large multicellular organism needs a circulatory system for three main reasons. Number one, the surface area to volume ratio of the organism is small so that the diffusion of materials across the body of surface cannot keep pace with the demand. Number two, a large part of the external body surface must often be kept impermeable to conserve water, particularly in terrestrial organisms. Number three, internal distances are too great for diffusion. These problems are overcome firstly by developing specialized organs for functions such as gas exchange, digestion, excretion, and secondly by linkage these organs by means of circulatory system. This moves substance rapidly from one place to another so that each of the specialized organs can function efficiently. Types of circulatory systems. All circulatory systems share several basic characteristics. Circulatory fluid. The circulating fluid called blood is used to transport dissolved oxygen, food, and waste products. In many organisms, there are special pigments such as hemoglobin to increase the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Number two, pumping device. The pumping device or heart creates a pressure difference which forces the blood to flow. Number three, blood vessels. The blood must be at least partly contained in tubes in order to carry towards the tissue and then back to the heart. Number four, valves. Valves are needed to ensure that the blood flows in the correct direction and to prevent the backflow. They form an essential part of the heart structure and are also found in the blood vessels, usually where the blood is flowing slowly under low pressure. Within the circulatory system, these components are organized to promote an effect of exchange of materials between the blood and tissue cells. This exchange can be achieved in either of the two basic ways, as illustrated in the figure. Some organisms, including insects, molluscs, have an open circulatory system. The blood is pumped at relatively low pressure from the heart into the main body cavity called the hemocoel, The circulating fluid bathes the cells directly and only slowly percolates